Reason, owner of the Reason Sports Network, and I'm reporting to you live from the Reason Sports Center. And on today's episode of the Reason Sports Show, we'll be previewing Week 7 of the high school football season. First thing that we have to talk about is the Gatorade National Player of the Year Award watch list. Starting off on this list will be Jermaine McLeod, running back from St. Francis Academy. He's had a tremendous season so far. At first, he was committed to the University of Florida. Then he ended up decommitting and then committing to the University of Alabama. Now he's currently committed to the University of Georgia. This guy also grew up in Cordell, Georgia, played his high school football there for his first season. He ended up transferring to IMG Academy as a sophomore, ended up playing well there, and ended up transferring to St. Francis Academy this season. He's currently a junior, but he's technically a high school senior since he will be reclassifying. But on the season so far, this young man has 1,300 rushing yards and 12 rushing touchdowns. Very impressive. Number 4 on the Gatorade National Player of the Year Award watch list is quarterback Brian Musket from Marietta High School. He's also committed to the University of Georgia like Jermaine McLeod. Brian Musket is only a sophomore in high school, and he showed to be one of the best players in all of high school football. As a true freshman, Brian Musket threw for 35 touchdown passes and 10 interceptions. So far this season, he has his team as one of the best teams in the nation, Marietta, and he has 279 passing yards per game, 124 rushing yards per game, 30 total touchdowns and 3 interceptions. That's very impressive. And I think he has a chance to up his numbers and even have a better season and go up in the rankings as long as Marietta keeps winning. Now, coming in at number 3, the best tight end in high school football for the past 2 seasons, Bryson James. Bryson James is similar to Jermaine McLeod. Both of these guys are juniors in high school, but they'll be reclassifying, so this is technically their senior year of high school. Bryson James started his high school football career at IMG Academy. He's originally from Richmond, Virginia, but decided to go to IMG to get a better athletic experience, and it's working out for him so far. So far this season, after a 2,000-yard season last year as a sophomore, he has 1,576 receiving yards through 5 games and 15 receiving touchdowns. He also has 19 yards per catch. He's leading high school football in receiving yards, and this guy's a tight end. That's just unbelievable. Now, coming in at number 2, the best player in high school football for the past 2 seasons. He's a junior in high school. This guy won the Gatorade National Player of the Year Award as a freshman in high school and as a sophomore in high school. He's now a junior, committed to the University of Maryland, DeMatha Catholic's own Cato Hendricks. And this guy, all you gotta do is watch one game of him and you'll see everything that he's about. 1,700 total yards, 23 total touchdowns. I think about 1,200 of those yards are through the air, the rest are through the ground. This guy gets it done. Just get the ball in his hands. You can get it to him on a jet sweep, screen pass. He's an excellent route runner. You can line him up in the backfield. He can go deep. This guy can do it all. And there's a reason why he's been at the top of these rankings ever since he stepped foot on a high school football field. Cato Hendricks, a truly special talent you guys need to watch. And coming in at number 1, everyone knows who it is. It's the prodigy, the young kid, the true freshman, the kid that he's 13, 14 years old. This guy does it all on the football field. We say Cato Hendricks does it all. Saying LaRon Dimes does it all would be underselling him. This guy has 963 receiving yards, 7 interceptions, and 25 total touchdowns. And mind you, those touchdowns come from defensive touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, kick return touchdowns, and punt return touchdowns. He truly does it all. Only type of touchdown he doesn't have is a throwing touchdown, and he doesn't have a fumble return for a touchdown. Other than that, this guy has done it all. Bishop Gorman was not a good team for the past couple of years. LaRon Dimes immediately goes to Bishop Gorman, dominates. These guys are a top 10 team in high school football. Got to give LaRon Dimes his flowers and his props. He is the number 1 player on the Gatorade National Player of the Year Award watch list. Now, let's go over to USA Today HighSchoolSports.com and take a look at the top 25 teams in high school football today. Miramar is the number 1 team in the nation, then IMG, then Neville, then DeMatha, then Servites coming in at number 5, Gorman's number 6, Mater Dei's number 7, Cocoa, the number 8 team in the nation. Marietta's number 9. St. Ed is number 10. Rummel's 11. Mission Viejo is 12, Clay Chalkville 13, Miami Central 14, Cedar Hill 15, DeSoto 16, Norcross 17, Grayson 18, St. Francis 19, Spanish Fort 20, South Panola 21st, ULAB 22nd, Central 23rd, Mallard Creek 24th, Lakeland is 25th. Now let's go over to maxpreps.com where we can take a look at the team rankings for each state. First, let's start off in the state of Alabama. Spanish Fort is at 1, Central's at 2, Clay Chalkville's at 3, Hoover's at 4, McGill, Tulane 5, Thompson 6, and Prattville 7. Next state we'll be going to is California with Servite at 1, Bosco 2, Mater Dei at 3, J. Sarah at 4, Mission Viejo at 5, Poly at 6, Folsom at 7, Centennial at 8, and De La Salle at 9. Now let's go to the state of Florida. Miami Central's at number 1, Miramar's at number 2, even though Miramar's a number 1 team. Heritage is at 3, Coco's at 4, Aquinas is at 5, Booker T is at 6, Apopka's at 7, Armwood's at 8, Lakeland's at 9, Trinity Christian is at 10, Carroll City's 11, and Northwestern's at 12, sitting at 1 and 5, 0 and 4 in the state. Marietta's at 1 in Georgia, Norcross 2, Camden County 3, Grayson 4, Beaufort 5, McEachern is at 6, Colquitt County's at 7, Lowndes is at 8, and Roswell's at number 9. Now we go into the state of Louisiana where we have Neville at 1, Newman at 2, ULAB at 3, St. Augustine at 4, Rummel at 5, Curtis at 6, and Edna Carr at 7. North Carolina, we have Mallard Creek at 1, Shelby at 2, Charlotte Catholic at 3, Butler at 4, Wake Forest at 5. In the state of Ohio, Hoban's at 1, St. Ed 2, Elder 3, St. Ignatius 4, Pickerington Central 5, Wayne 6, Moeller 7, St. X 8, LaSalle 9, and Coleraine is at number 10. The state of Texas, Steele's at 1, Katie's at 2, Duncanville's at 3, DeSoto is at 4, North Shore is at 5, Cedar Hill 6, Allen 7, Carroll 8, Westlake 9, Aledo 10, Trinity 11, Lake Travis 12, and Coppell's at 13. The WCAC, DeMatha is at 1, Gonzaga's at 2, Our Lady of Good Counsel's at 3, and St. John's is at 4. Now, if you don't know about the WCAC, it represents where I am right now, the nation's capital, the best Catholic schools in the Washington, D.C. area. Now, let's stay on maxpreps.com and look at the players of the week. Patrick Brown Jr. and Josh Myrick. Patrick Brown Jr. is a subscriber to the channel. Amon Mitchell, a Patreon member, the quarterback for St. Augustine, had himself a great game last week. Jay Roberts got Defensive Player of the Week. For the Independents, Bryson James, a subscriber to the channel, with 300 receiving yards, gets Player of the Week. Then Josiah Randall gets Defensive Player of the Week. Paul Warner, a Patreon member, he gets Player of the Week. Clay Smith gets Player of the Week in the state of Georgia. North Carolina, Jarvis Gaines, subscriber to the channel. Brandon Jones, subscriber to the channel. Then we got Brock Zander and Gabe Vent, 2 more subscribers to the channel. And then Tony Parks, a Patreon member in the state of Florida, got Player of the Week. Christian White, another subscriber to the channel, gets it right here. But thank you guys for tuning in, watching me preview week 7 in the high school football season. We have a lot of great games coming up this week. Y'all stay tuned. Also, if you want to be a player featured on this channel, then please watch this video right here. You can be a character in the Reason Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. You can also view your player's season and career stats online. The link will be in the description. I also added a social media feature for the universe to be more immersive. The link to that video will also be in the description. If you don't have Patreon but you still want to be featured on the channel more, then make sure you're active in the comment section. You being consistently active reminds me to put you on the channel in some way. When you submit a form, your character will be put in the universe. You can see yourself in a live stream or video when teams play, but it's highly unlikely that you'll see me controlling your player throughout a game if you don't have Patreon. Signing up with Patreon gives you control over attributes, accessories, gives you a GTA face, control over your backstory, and you'll be one of the best players in the universe. If you want to see an extremely creative video that I made on this channel, then please watch this video right here.